What's up, guys? Today we are going to do a lore video on one of my favorite video games, my favorite video game series known as Elder Scrolls. Right here in the background, we are watching some gameplay footage of the game Skyrim, Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim, which is based in Skyrim. There's no sound sorry, because I'll be talking, explaining the lore. So I think when we first speak about the Elder Scrolls game series, we need to talk about the 9 Divines. The 9 Divines are basically the gods. They are the gods, not basically, they are. They live in a realm known as Aetherius. That realm gave us magic in all creations in the world of Mundus. Mundus is the living plane where all the video games take place. So let's start off with the first god, Akatosh. Akatosh is the dragon god of time, and he's known to be the chief deity. Now there's Arche. Arche is the god of life and death. Arche has many shrines that can be found in graveyards and churches. Diabella is a goddess of beauty. She has nearly a dozen different cults. Kind of crazy. A god has a cult. Some are devoted to women, some to artists, and some to aesthetics. Basically, every TikToker to exist. Then there is Julianos, who's the god of wisdom and logic. Julianos isn't that prominent in the game, I'll be honest. And then there's Kynareth, the goddess of air. Mara, the goddess of love. Stindar, the god of mercy. Kind of a weird thing to be god of, but still, there's God. And then there's Zenithar, the god of work and commerce. And last but not least, Talos, also known as Tiber Septim, Ysmer, Dragonborn, and the heir to the seat of Sundered kings. He is the most important hero god of mankind. He was a man so great and powerful that when he died, he descended. He ascended to become the 9th divine, or god. Yeah, so what he did was he conquered all of Tamriel, which is the name of the continent where the Elder Scrolls takes place. All of the divines are known as Aedra, except for Talos, since he is known as the man god. Sadly, Talos worship is forbidden by law in Tamriel because of the Alcerdi, I don't know how to pronounce that, Alcerdi Dominion, also known as the Thalmor. So this group of Thalmor don't believe in the worship of Talos because he's a man. He's a human being. So yeah, that kind of sucks because many people do worship him in the world of Tamriel. Because he is honestly a great war hero. So great. And the Emperor. So the Thalmor is just a group of elves, really. They're just elves that don't agree with its beliefs. So what happened, how the Thalmor made it illegal to worship Talos is the Great War. The Great War was the Thalmor versus the Empire. It started in the 4th era, year 174. The Thalmor leadership committed all available forces to the campaign in Cyrodiil, which is where the capital city is, leading to a successful victory for the Thalmor. The Emperor surrendered and signed the treaty known as the White Gold Cordadat, making the worship of Talos illegal. Next we should talk about is the Daedra, which are entities who inhabit the realms of Oblivion. Each Daedra has their own plane of Oblivion, each molded to their likings. There are 17 major Daedra. First one is Azura, Boethiath, Glavicus Vile, Hermaeus Mora, Hirsine, Malakath, Mehrunes Dagon, Mephala, Meridia, Molagbao, Namera, Nocturnal, Periat, Sagine, Sheogorath, Jigalong, and Faramina. Each one is a god or goddess of something that's usually bad or dangerous. For example, Sheogorath is the god of madness. Molagbao is known as the king of rape and father of vampires. Mehrunes Dagon is the god of destruction. Probably the most scary Daedra, in my opinion, to exist. Here's why. In the Third Era, year 433, Uriel Septim VII was murdered by a cult of Mehrunes Dagon worshippers called Mythic Dawn. This caused gates of Oblivion to open across Tamriel, where monsters would attack cities. Kvatch is one of the cities that got hit hard by a siege of minor Daedra known as Scamps. Sorry about the ad. Sorry. Yeah. Before dying, Uriel Septim told a hero to go to Kvatch to find his secret heir to the throne, named Martin Septim. This hero indubitably saved the citizens of Kvatch by going into the portal of Oblivion and taking the sigil stone, which powers the portal, and it closed it. And in order to close every single Oblivion gate or portal that exists, a relative of Talos or Tiber Septim has to light the dragon fires. So Martin Septim never gets to actually light the dragon fires. Which happens is, in order to light the dragon fires, in order for it to work, in order to light the dragon fires, in order for it to work, you need to wear the Amulet of Kings. What the Amulet of Kings is an amulet with the god of... It's with the god of Akatosh. It has the blood of a god, basically. So, what happens is, I didn't know that it's going to be that loud. What happens is, it's a gift bestowed by Akatosh. But sadly, the leader of the cult, called the Mythic Dawn, steals the Amulet of Kings. That's what it's called. And what happens is you need that to light the dragon fires and close the gates of Oblivion. So, the hero of Kvatch, the hero that found Martin and told him that he was the heir to the throne, has to do all these tasks, basically, in order to actually get the Amulet of Kings, because Mankar Cameron was bestowed a place known as his paradise, which is his own realm, not realm, but plane. It's like a plane of Oblivion. It's his paradise. So we have to take these things called a Mysterium Xarxes, which is a book that describes to you how to actually open the portal to Mankar Cameron's paradise. What you need is a Daedric artifact. The one you get is Azura's star, which is the goddess of night, dawn, and dusk. And yeah, so you get that by doing work for Azura. And You also need the blood of a god. Now that's impossible, because how are you going to get the blood of a god? You know? Or an Aedra, sorry. So in order to do that, we have to find Tiber Septim's armor, because he's a man god. So he uses armor, and that's basically all except for extremely strong soul stone. So after we get all those, we open up the portal to main card Cameron's paradise. And what happens next is, so we have to steal the Amulet of Kings from it. Once we kill him, the whole paradise collapses. And there's a portal that you gotta quickly exit in order to get out of there. But there is one. So once you exit it, you got to give it to Martin, obviously. But there's one problem. This is probably the biggest problem here. In order to light the dragon fires, it's in the Imperial City, so we have to walk all the way to the Imperial City without getting attacked. First of all, you end up getting there smoothly, but that could still happen. You could still get attacked while going to the Imperial City. After that, Martin's just about to light the dragon fires, and guess what happens? He messes up. He doesn't mess up, but he doesn't get there in time. Mehrunes Dagon is already there and attacking. In case you want to know what Mehrunes Dagon looks like, he's in his Mundus form, his form that he takes in Mundus. He's a four-armed, ginormous devil with Wolverine claws, like Wolverine, the superhero. And so lighting the dragon flames won't do anything. So what he has to do instead is break the Amulet of Kings, causing Akatosh and human blood to be combined, basically. And that comes him to be the embodiment of Akatosh, who is the dragon god, basically. So he fights. Martin basically becomes a god in order to fight Mehrunes Dagon. So that causes a big problem. He destroys Mehrunes Dagon, closes all Oblivion gates by defeating him, and they are all sent back to the plains of Oblivion. That's one problem. With that happening, it actually kills Martin. So even though he did a great sacrifice, there's no longer an heir to the throne. There's the Septim dynasty is over. That's their last name, Septim. And obviously that's a big problem because they're one of the greatest leaders. So I don't know what happens much, but an interesting fact. So we all know the Oblivion Gates invaded the Nirn. That's the name of the planet, to remind you. But there's a place called Black Marsh. That is a marshland where the Argonians live. This is where the Argonians actually invade. They invade the gates. They invade the plains of Oblivion, which is funny because it's like, no, we're supposed to invade you. Stop. Let us invade you. But no, the Argonians, which are basically lizards that can breathe underwater, are so strong and insanely powerful that they invade them. That's kind of funny in my opinion. Well, just want to say thank you for watching, everyone. Hope everyone enjoyed this lore episode. If you want another video game, please say so in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe. Alright, thanks.